not for public consumption. Okay, ready?
Yep.
Okay, when these carts arrive, there's no shafts on them at all. They're on a pallet, standing as they are, the seat is off, the shafts are off. So what you'll do on this cart to set it up for the shafts, first thing you'll do is put the tips in to where I'll have tape here and tape here with a line across. And you line up that line, poke it in as far as till the tape lines up at the edge here and the pen line lines up. That'll give you a preliminary measurement on here, which I have of 15 inches between the shaft tips, and the height will work out pretty close to where I think you need it. Now once the tips are in, securely tighten the set bolts, then you can take your shaft brace, this piece here, and put the bolt in here finger tight in this end. Put the bolt in finger tight. The brace is on the outside of the mount, and it's on the outside of the mount here. You notice this bolt goes from the inside out, this one goes from the outside in. Okay, with them, then you can take your shaft base and it just hooks onto these bolts. This bolt is a welded nut in here. It'll be threaded in but loose. The shaft base will just hook in there, and then you can let it sit down, tighten it up a little bit by hand or just loosely with a wrench, and put this bolt in. Then tighten this down and check it on both sides, of course, and then you can start to set the cart up. Now to set this cart for a pony, first step, set your tips for length in and out and for width by rolling them in and out. Leave the tape on or put tape on here with an index mark so you can tell that you turn them both in or out the same amount. Get your width set, your length set, and then with the cart floor level, which it is not right now. You can see it's tipped up a little bit because of the height of that stand I have in there for you. But with the cart floor level and your shaft, put your shaft tips where you want them in relation to your shaft loops. You do that by loosening these two set bolts on either side, and then this shaft brace will extend in or out. Get your shaft height set right, and then tighten these down. Make sure they are securely tightened. Then you should be set for to fit the horse in the cart, and then you slide your seat in or back or forth to get your balance correctly. Have somebody hold the ends of the cart shafts, have the driver sit in here, and you can set that right at zero balance for the shaft tips. Where it's set right now is for the team pole. This is a pretty close position for the team pole. I'll have a piece of tape on here with a line, and I'll have it marked team pole and shafts, and that'll give you a good starting point for the balance on the cart. Follow me around to the back, okay? To take this seat on and off of this cart, I will remove this bolt here. It runs up and down through here. This bolt will release the spring and the mount and the secondary mount in here. It releases it all. Then this is a clean bar, and it can slide right out through this piece here to get the seat in and out. Putting this seat on and off, it's best to have two people. It's not super heavy, but it's awkward. So have two people to put the cart seat in, slide this in, put your bolt in, tighten it up securely. Now to set the adjustment on this seat for how high you need it, it's set real good for me right now, and I'm about 200 pounds. Patty was riding in it and she's 100 pounds. She didn't push it down much. The cart seat is slightly tipped down on the front right now. If you want to have it tip more, you can take this bolt out right here, and then you can move this hole up, and that will move it up. If you want to move it even more, you can actually take this bracket off and turn it around so it is on the top side of this rather than on the bottom side, and then this bracket can also be flipped over, and with a combination of turning the brackets around, you can pretty much set this height wherever you want it to be. It's a little tricky to take the bolt out in the spring that's down inside this bottom of the spring there to flip that bracket over, but it can be done. I take and put the bracket in, then the washer, work the bolt down through, tighten it up. I don't think you'll have to do that though. I think you can just move this up and down here to give you enough seat height and try it out for a while, see how you like it. Personally, I'm not a big fan of wedge seats, but if you prefer the wedge style, you can either boost it here or get in touch with us, and we can make you a wedge that will strap on to the top of the seat. Okay, I think that's about it. Oh, just a second, let me pass through here. These hubs that are on here do indeed have a grease fitting in here. This plastic cover just pops off and there's a grease fitting in there. So once in a while, just give it 6, 8, maybe 10 pumps with a grease gun. You'll know if you're over greasing it because the grease will start to come out on the squeeze out on the grease seal on the inside of the hub here, where my finger is on the inside here. There's a grease seal in there. They're pre-lubed, they're pre-packed, the bearings are good to go. You don't need to grease those probably till next spring, but you have the capability of being able to grease them if you need to. Okay, I think that's it.